Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Aisha. I'm a certified trauma-informed coach and manifestation guide, and I am on a mission to help 1 million women become their most confident and successful selves through the use of law of assumption manifestation. If that interests you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button or tap the bell icon next to it to be notified. I do upload twice weekly now, and I am increasingly integrating lives to our channel. And so by hitting that bell icon, you will be notified when I go live, and you'll get to participate in the question and answer portion of the live video lessons. So that is really exciting. Also, I do want to remind everybody that we have a community tab. If you go to my channel and go all the way to the side, you'll see community. We have polls there where you get to vote monthly on the community topic that I will cover. They're really exciting to cover things that you specifically are asking for, that you specifically care about, and it allows me to create that sense of connection, which I really love and enjoy. So thank you so much for tuning in and participating. Today's video is kind of a funny one. I'm actually having to refilm this because I couldn't get myself settled enough, and then my husband called me in the middle. So let me get right into it. There is an expression in America, at least in the parts of America that I grew up in, and it inspired me to use it in my manifestation practice, which I started doing unconsciously, and then I started to do consciously. And so sorry, I was getting a call. And so I picked this expression up some years back and only just recently realized how useful it is in manifestation, and particularly in specific person manifestations, but not just with specific people. It can also be used with money. It can also be used with health. It's generally just a really great concept to use and implement for your self-concept, for your self-confidence. And without keeping the mystery for too long, the expression comes from when one person is being overly enthusiastic about another. They are obsessive, they are following them around, they're really interested in them, they're trying to figure out all the details about them, they might be crushing on them, or they're kissing up to them at work or whatever. And the expression is like, they're so up their butt. So like, Susie is so up Charlie's butt. And like, sorry, I'm trying to use names that I don't know anybody personally. Or like, you know, in my close friends, because I don't want to make it weird, but yeah, so like Susie is so up Charlie's butt. So like Susie's so obsessed with him. But the expression is like, she's so obsessed, she's so in proximity that like she may as well be like up in his butt, his behind. You know, that's his intimate space, is his personal bubble, right? And the imagery of that is just so funny and awkward to me. It's just like, oh, I don't want anybody to be that way, and I wouldn't want to be up somebody's butt like that. Like, that sounds so uncomfortable and like awkward. Obviously, we're not talking about bedroom stuff, but I mean, like, it's just conveys this like, you're too close, like you're too clingy, like, oh, that feeling of like, ew, get away from me. And so I turned that expression into my own affirmation of like, I need to be up my own butt. And what I mean by that is like, I need to be so obsessed with myself that like, I'm not bothered by the circumstances, and also that I'm making sure I'm not up anybody else's butt. Like, I need to be so in love with myself and inspired by myself and focused on myself and focused on my development, and not be so clingy towards other people or circumstances, because being overly clingy, and this advice is mostly for people who used to be people pleasers or are working through recovering from people pleasing, not necessarily for people who are more on the naturally self-inclined side. I don't want to say selfish, but self-inclined, self-focused. So just getting that out of the way. But it's a really funny redirect, is like, when I'm realizing like I'm just, even when I was with my husband earlier, in our relationship, like I had a point where I was so obsessed with him because I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so amazing, he's so wonderful, he's so funny, he's so cute, he's so handsome, he's so smart, he's so talented, like all these good things. And there's nothing wrong with being excited about somebody else, but I lost myself a little bit because I was overly concerned with being close to him, spending time with him, being in his world, in his energy, that I would end up neglecting my own excitement and my own awesomeness, my own pride in my energy. And so I would remind myself, okay, I need to be up my own butt. And like, it's so hard for me to get through this lesson right now because it's just so silly. But you can see how like just implementing this right now in this video lesson, like I can't stop myself from laughing about it. Because like I could never say this expression and take it seriously. I could never say this expression and not laugh because it's such a funny analogy. It's such a playful way to be like, okay, I need to stop being obsessed over a specific person. I need to stop being obsessed over, you know, why my family members treating me this way, or why this friend is being hot and cold, or why this person at work is like being overbearing, or whatever the case is. Instead of being like up their butt or being obsessed of like, why, what is this circumstance, like being up the circumstance's proverbial butt, bring it back to yourself. Bring all that focus and attention and awareness back to self. And you'll realize, like, as soon as you make this switch, you go, oh, I feel so much better. Like, no wonder I was going all crazy. No wonder I was, like, acting out of character. No wonder I was so frustrated with this. Or no wonder, like, I wasn't making the progress I wanted to make because I wasn't being up my own butt. Like, and so I encourage you to try it out, experiment with it. It's like a really funny, silly, goofy way to remind yourself to invest in your self-concept, because at the root of law of assumption is self-concept. Law of assumption is based on the principle, primary, the number one idea, the number one rule, the number one guideline, however you want to put it, is that there is no one to change but yourself. There is no one to change but yourself. And the reason for this, from a scientific perspective, obviously, is we cannot physically go and change somebody's wiring in their brain unless we're a doctor and we're permitted to use the tools available to doctors to do that. It's not our job to go and change somebody else, because we live with ourselves 100% of the time, and we're only with other people a small fraction of that. So trying to control somebody else, trying to be obsessed with what somebody else is doing, what they're saying, how they're acting, it really takes away the opportunity that you have to be invested in yourself. And then from a spiritual side, when we think about it, it's not so much about a time thing, it's about an energy shift. And when you are obsessing over somebody, when you are up somebody else's butt, you are so like pushy with your energy, you're so clingy with your energy. It's very undesirable from an energetic perspective. And if you consider yourself an energetic person or someone who reads energy very easily, you can tell when someone's being overly clingy, and it kind of gives you that icky, like, ooh, I don't want to be around that kind of energy. That feels icky. Like, you're doing too much, you're acting too much, you're coming off as too much. And I don't mean too much as in sometimes people with confidence get labeled as too much. I'm talking about very clearly when someone's being obsessive and almost, it's a little bit creepy to a point where you're like, get a life. And I know that that can sound really harsh and judgmental. It's really not. It's meant to just identify that feeling of like, you should be obsessed with yourself. You should be in love with yourself. And then this person is in love with themselves. And then you two come and celebrate the fact that you love yourselves and you love each other so much. And now you get to have a positive relationship, whether that is romantic or platonic or business or whatever. So this is your reminder to be up your own butt. Don't be up anybody else's butt. Don't be so obsessed with another person. Don't believe that somebody else is like so much better than you, that they deserve so much more attention than you do. And instead, just celebrate yourself, celebrate who you are, who you're becoming, where you're at in your journey, how far you've already come. And make it fun, make it playful, make yourself laugh through this process. I know manifestation can sometimes feel heavy, especially when we're working through trauma. So remember to lighten up, remember to have a laugh and joke around about it, because ultimately we have one life. We may as well laugh and smile and appreciate the fun side of life while we're here. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'd like to remind you I do have a discount code out now for comfort hoodies and loungewear, and it is cold, chilly, rainy season over here, so if you're on this side of the world, I know that you will love them. It will get you 15% off of your entire purchase, which is really awesome, and they're great quality, so I look forward to hearing back from you if any of you do decide to grab yourself one of those. I can't wait for mine. I'm filming this ahead of time and scheduling it, so I actually cannot wait for my new set to come in. I'm so excited for it. So anyways, thank you for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!